Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday and the last day of Avonlea week. And I thought I'd talk about my favorite character, Gus Pike. And what if he died? So now Gus comes onto the series in the first episode of season 2 and eventually becomes Felicity's love interest in the show. And they started courting, I guess, in season 4. And they get engaged in season 6. And Gus actually he gets in a boat accident in the end of season 6 that leaves him blind. And everyone believes he's dead until Felicity gets a mysterious call saying that Gus is alive. And by this time she's engaged to another guy. Aunt Hattie follows her to where Gus is. And story short, Gus takes surgery to see if he can regain his sight. It doesn't, but the doctor says it'll come with time, and they get married. Okay, so what if he died? Now there aren't really many scenes where he almost dies. I mean, he does get kidnapped by his father a few times. He does get in that boat accident in season 6 that we don't actually see, but we heard of it. And Gus was apparently drowned. So what if he actually was drowned? And what would happen? So if he was drowned at that point and before that, season 2, season 3. If he was to die, so I mean, it would affect Felicity and Hetty and all those guys because Gus is a friend, but it wouldn't affect Felicity as much as it did and would in season 6 and the later seasons. And partially for that reason is because in season 2 and 3 they're mostly just friends who do have feelings for each other, as noticed in the one episode in season 3 when Gus talks to Jasper and Alec about courting and love and all that. And that one episode in season 3 where she goes off to finishing school to see if she would work out there, and Gus tries to be a gentleman toward her. Yeah. So, yeah, and then in season 4, they start courting and all that. So, if he were to die after season 4, it would affect Felicity even more because they are courting, and then in season 5 they go through that whole awkward engagement thing that's Gus and Felicity. She decides she wants to go off to medical school, but Gus proposes to her. Then she decides she wants to go to teacher's college, but then she decides she wants to be a doctor, and I hate that episode. I hate that episode so much. But then he gives her the ring anyway, but then in season 6 he does ask her to marry him, and she says yes. So, if he were to die in that boat accident like he did, Felicity would act like she did. Pretty much not much would change. As you know, in season 7, she's really upset, doesn't really do much. Watches that maybe in if you saw the end of season 6. But then and one other line that really gets me is when Alex says that he's gone, Felicity says that she can't accept that. And I recently did a video. Actually, I didn't recently do a video. It was a long while ago. It was what if Hiccup died, and yeah, like I said, if Hiccup died, the 4 people that would be most effective if Hiccup died in How to Train Your Dragon would be Toothless, Stoic, Valka, and Astrid. Sure, the Dragonmars and Gobber and everyone else that knows Hiccup as a friend, not Vigo and those guys, would be affected, but not as much as Hiccup, as his family and Astrid and Toothless. And same with Gus. Yes, I mean, he did meet his mom in that episode, but Gus's family, they're not if you've seen Road to Avonlea, you know what I'm talking about. The first person that would be most affected if Gus was gone would be Felicity, although the King family would be affected. Felicity would be the most affected by it, and would, go through the stages of grief, which one of them is denying the fact that they're dead. which Felicity does in that one episode. I don't know what that episode's called. I don't know what the episode that line's from. All I know is it's the line that Felicity says. And eventually, as we know in season 7, she ends up starting the founding home and starts living there with the kids. And when she's gone, Cecily kind of takes after. And eventually, in second episode, she gets engaged to Stuart. So, in other words, if Gus were to die in Road to Avonlea, if he died in seasons 2 or 3, it wouldn't affect Felicity until she maybe found out she had feelings for him. Then it would affect her. But if he were to die in season 4 or 5, then she would be affected, but not as much as if he were to die in season 6 or 7. It's kind of a recurring thing. She wouldn't each season 1, if he was to die. I mean, he's not a character on the show, so she's not gonna care either way. Yeah, and then pretty much, if Gus were to die in events that happened in season 7 between Felicity and Stuart wouldn't change. Although she wouldn't, when she was trying on her wedding, she wouldn't get that call from that lady or whatever saying Gus was alive, and she wouldn't go through that whole thing with Stuart and Gus. She would have probably just married Stuart, which I wouldn't have liked anyway. So, that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if any other ways Felicity would be affected, or anyone else that be affected, or... Yes, and like I said, I've done videos on death before. I did one on what if Hiccup died, did one on that I was glad Ty hadn't died in Heartland. I did one in Walton's where Kurt should have stayed dead. So, you can watch those on my channel. I might put them in the description, I might not. If I do, then they're there. If not, then just go watch them. And be sure to give this video a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I upload. Alright, and stay tuned for next week. It's Walton week. Alright, see you.